Have you ever tried to rest and life just wouldn't let you? In Mark chapter 6, the disciples come back from their first mission trip and they're exhausted. Jesus sees it and he says something I love. He says, "Come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and rest." It's one of the most Jesus things Jesus ever says. He knows they've been pouring themselves out in service to others, so he invites them to solitude, to rest, to time with him. But the moment they arrive at their place of retreat, the crowds show up again. But instead of turning them away, Jesus has compassion, and he teaches them and feeds them. So Jesus' response to this interruption shows us that the goal isn't to avoid people and their problems, it's to love them well. And we need to remember that healthy community thrives on shared compassion and shared work. But then when it's all over, Jesus sends the disciples off in a boat. And finally, he goes to be alone and pray. And that moment is key. Jesus shows us something we need to remember. Solitude is how Jesus replenishes himself for community. And community is where Jesus expresses what he's received in solitude. As his disciples, that needs to become our practice too. If we only serve and never rest, we'll just burn out. But if we only rest and never serve, we'll rust out. But if we follow the pattern of Jesus, we learn that solitude roots us and community releases us. And together, they form Christ within us. The story ends with the disciples stuck in a storm, struggling, straining, rowing into the wind. And Jesus, coming from a place of prayer, walks on the water to meet them there. And he speaks a word we all need to hear. "Take heart, it is I. Do not be afraid." His time in solitude prepared him to be fully present when his friends needed him the most. And so here's the takeaway for us. If we want to be relationally available to others, we need to be intentionally alone with God.